Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand.
Oh, morning, you're up early.
Thought we had a choice.
Oh, well, if you will come in at... What time do you come in?
Exactly.
Exactly what?
You don't know because we were careful not to wake you up.
Oh, there's Mr. Grumpy Grump.
Get off.
It's a little bit early for internet shopping, isn't it, Mum? Samson's swinging seater.
You trying to tell us something?
Very funny. Well, yes, actually. We're moving to Kingsvale.
Kingsvale, right.
No, really, my great aunt Violet has left me a house.
Ooh, great Aunt Violet.
No, it's my mum's aunt, my godmother. Nobody ever talked about her because she's like the black sheep of the family.
You've been watching too much of that Who Do You Think You Are?
No, it's true.
Oh, look, a pig.
No, I've got the keys in a safe place.
Yeah, good one, Mum.
No, keys, Mr. Grimsdale's details, wherever I put them. Which pink icing? Baby or cerise?
Oh! I thought you was at work.
No, I took the day off to finalize the design for Ness Malone's cake. I wanted it to be perfect.
Oh, she's very lucky to have a friend like you. So talented and caring.
I do not know about that.
Oh, of course you are.
Well, thank you.
I think I'll go and shower.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Everything all right, Jerry?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Right, who's my first victim?
Just councillors. Actually, do me a favour. Hold the fort for a couple of minutes while I go and get some files from my office.
Sure. Did your parents like the house?
They're coming at lunchtime. I've got a meeting, so Jimmy's showing them around.
Oh, that's nice. Chance to bond.
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, she can't avoid you indefinitely. Do you know, Jerry? Why don't you talk to her? Tackle it head on.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. Hi, Cherry. I'm your busy mate turned stalker, but don't worry about that because I'm not going to jump you.
Oh, dear.
She's making me feel really bad. Like I'm dirty and I'm not.
Maybe you just need to normalise the situation. Find an excuse to talk to her about something completely matter-of-fact, something she has to engage with.
Such as?
A patient. Then you can be totally businesslike. In, out, job done.
I don't know.
You're going to have to speak to each other at some point, and the longer you leave it...
Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Reed?
So what lectures do you have today?
None. Today I must write my first sample sermon.
Oh, your first sermon. How wonderful.
Not exactly. You may need to help me.
Oh, what do I know about writing sermons?
Everything. You have heard hundreds in your time.
I'm not quite that old.
Of course not. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying you are fresh and insightful. In fact, you are just the editor I need.
Well, we will see.
I will show you when I finish.
I know you're there. What?
Have you seen the keys?
What keys?
To the new house.
How would I know?
Why don't you put them somewhere?
Karen, it's your house. You've probably put them in one of your safe places. And if the wind changes...
Honestly, you think I'd inherited some disused urinal, not a spacious villa in one of the more desirable areas of Leatherbridge?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. See you soon. Take care. Bye. Wait, Seth.
Susan Turner's coming to see you later for some bloods, and she's pretty worried about her condition, so I just thought I should alert you to that.
Well, I think I could have figured that out for myself.
No, of course, but I know you know how to handle her. As long as you're on top of the situation. Thanks.
Blimey, it's quite big, isn't it?
Wait until you see the conservatory. It's gorgeous.
Well, they won't get to see the conservatory, will they, since you've lost the keys?
Well, we can look through the windows. On you come in.
We've got a phone call to make.
That was a nightmare morning. Does Karen save all the psychos for me?
Have you managed to talk to Cherry yet?
Oh yeah, brilliant idea.
Oh, really?
It went really well.
I'm gonna go home for my lunch.
What about your meeting with Julia?
Can you tell her that I'm not feeling very well?
Ah, it didn't go well then.
No, it turns out that cornering Cherry in her room, that wasn't such a good idea. I should have gone with my instincts and left well alone.
I'm sure in the fullness of time.
Would you stop being so holistic and reasonable? If you hadn't stuck your nose in with me and Kevin, all of this stuff, it would have never come out.
I can't see anything because of the reflections. It's so frustrating.
Hang on a minute. I don't think this window catches on properly. If I just wiggle it...
What are you doing?
Safe.
That's called breaking and entering.
Not when it's your own house.
You don't like it?
No, it is fine. Fine. It is good. Well structured, well argued.
But
There is something missing. I cannot quite put my finger on it. Oh, goodness. Now I will have to start all over again.
sorry, I was not thinking.
Actually, it was not quite right. Perhaps it is good that I too have to start over again.
Let me help you.
Oh, no. You have your sermon to write.
What do I know about being true to yourself in God?
Everything. Just be patient. It will come.
Okay then. You can be my muse.
Don't be silly. Even the hallway's spacious.
This excessive property boasts a positive embarrassment of living space, equipped with execrable fittings and fixtures, including a walk-in wardrobe, cum patio toilet.
Oh, no, it's nice. And Rob, look at the cargo. Look, it's got 2 ovens. And these, I mean, I could have chosen them myself and they're like brand new. Rob.
What?
I'm trying to have a conversation with you about the house and you're blanking me.
No, I'm not.
You haven't said a word since we got here.
I saw it all yesterday.
Yeah, so you would think that you would have an opinion about it by now.
I have. It's no better than what we've got.
No, of course. 4 beds, conservatory, massive garden, utility room.
Fine, that's brilliant. But do we really need it? You're just falling into the consumerist trap. We've always been content with what we've got, haven't we? And then suddenly this is put under your nose and you think you can't live without it.
No, don't.
Oh, come on, you're in a total lifestyle frenzy. Completely ignoring the fact that the kids obviously don't want to move in, and neither do I. Yeah, we could live here and have the big garden. Yes, we could have the fancy conservatory. But wouldn't it make more sense, long term, to sell it and have a big lump sum?
So that's it, we're not moving. You're not even going to think it through properly.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
No, you're not. You're knee-jerking as usual.
I am not knee-jerking. I'm trying to have a sensible conversation about a decision that's going to affect the rest of our lives.
There's a patrol car just pulled up in the street.
Oh, is it? Let's see if they need a hand.
Officer Dibble to the rescue.
This is the kitchen.
Lovely. Very clinical. And you can always get a new hob.
Yeah, well, we're always a bit tired to cook anything elaborate.
Enough space if you're planning a big family.
We haven't exactly decided how many yet.
Hello, love. I thought you had a lunchtime meeting.
Yeah, I did. It was cancelled.
Everything okay?
Yeah, fine. So, what'd you think?
Yes, lots of potential. Presumably you'll be changing the colour scheme.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Oh, it's fine, just very white. Bit unadventurous.
What's wrong with being unadventurous?
Funny though, eh? Brilliant. I'm going to look a right pranic down the station, aren't I?
Stop fussing. They loved it. Let's give them something to talk about.
Exactly. I could do without that at the moment, after the shenanigans down at the mill and Imogen's little experiment with criminality.
Oh, don't start picking on him.
It's not like we called them out.
No, but somebody did.
Look what you've done now.
I just can't understand why you're so desperate to live in a place that's full of curtain twitchers. We've got nothing better to do than to snitch on the neighbours.
I thought you approved of Neighbourhood Watch.
Oh, stop avoiding the issue.
Who's avoiding the issue? I can't see what your problem is with all of this.
My problem is you going steaming in, making decisions without asking people what they really want.
Well, this is what they want. They've just got to get used to the idea.
Oh, really? Oh, well, I'm not moving to Kingsvale. It's full of pretentious wannabes and ex-footballers and dodgy business types that have got that much money that they think they own the blooming...
Oh, hello. I saw the police driving off and I wondered if everything was all right.
Yes, we were just looking.
Around the area generally.
So, what do you think? Perfect. I'm going to show her tomorrow. Now, what about your sermon? Not so perfect. Well, in fact, it is terrible. It has no spark, no fire. It is not bonfire night. That is it. That is what it needs. Jokes. What? No. Yes. I remember when a minister came from Port Harcourt when I was smaller. He was amazing, compassionate, insightful, and funny. I will always remember him. Mine needs to be just like that. Well, if you are sure. Yes, come on. Tell me some jokes about God. No, that would not be appropriate at all. Oh, you don't think God has a sense of humor? Look at the British summer.
And I occasionally look over the place and pick up the mail.
Oh, how kind.
So you're considering renting in the area?
Maybe.
Cleaners?
Oh, actually, we're thinking of moving here.
It's on the market. But Violet only died a few weeks ago.
It has been somewhat quick.
Well, how much have you offered?
Actually, we've inherited.
Well, there must be some mistake. Violet had no living relatives. I promise you, I'd have known.
She was my grandfather's sister, and because they hadn't spoken, I suppose because I was her goddaughter.
Oh. Well, fabulous. Well, what are you thinking of doing with it? It's a very quirky property. Perhaps I could show you round.
What are you talking about that for?
Like what?
Like Camilla Parker Bowles. And get rid of Cruella.
Oh, behave. They're going to be neighbours.
That's quite well stocked. Though the lawn could do with a feed and a bit of scarifying.
Right, great.
Good morning at work.
STI, pyelonephritis, possible peritonitis, tennis elbow. It's all pretty average stuff, really.
Right. You're keeping the deck in, presumably?
Yes, we love it.
Very easy to expand. Just get a lattice of 6x2 as a base and get cracking. Easier if you pre-drill the holes, mind.
I'm not really handy in that sort of way.
All right. Don't worry. Anything technical you want doing, Paula and I can always come over for the weekend and help you get stuck in.
She was such a dear little lady, very gentle. We missed her so much when she went into the nursing home. We were very close.
I bet you were.
So, la cuisine. Of course, it all needs gutting. Knock out the chimney breast, fit bespoke units.
Absolutely, yes.
Obviously, the conservatory has to go. Never had planning permission in the first place.
Oh, really?
So we let it slide for Violet.
Well, thank you ever so much for the tour.
We're not selling.
You're not?
No, we're moving in.
It's a lot of upkeep if you're not used to it.
Well, in the meantime...
And the running costs are astronomical.
You know, I really think we could do with a bit of time. Grieving relatives and all that.
Oh.
Son, would you show the lady out?
Well, of course. Though you want to be sure you're in the right frame of mind to make a decision.
Seems quite nice, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah, if you count grooming old ladies to inherit a virtue.
Do you think?
Duh. Why?
This is what I was worried about. I mean, look at you. You're bowing and scraping to Mrs. Snobby Chops already.
Well, she's being polite. I thought she had some interesting things to say about the kitchen.
Nothing wrong with it 5 minutes ago.
You cannot stand it, can you? You can't stand that this has come from my side of the family. It offends your macho pride.
It's got nothing to do with pride. It's all to do with values. I have worked for everything I have got. We've always been happy with our lot, haven't we? We'd just become as crass and as stupid as the neighbours if we lived here. It wouldn't be long before you were twitching the curtains. Look at you, I mean, you're in an ideal home feeding frenzy with your middle-class pretensions going in overdrive.
At least I've got pretensions.
Look, guys, it's only a house. We don't have to make any decisions yet.
Exactly. Chill.
Isn't chilling a bit middle class for the likes of me?
Yes. And that Jesus was born because Mary had an immaculate contraption. Contraption. She said that Jesus' main teachings were, do one to others before they do one to you. Oh, yes, it's true. Oh, one of the sisters told me that. What do you think you are doing? You have ruined the cake. This one's nice, maybe for the bedroom. Are you all right, love? You seem a bit distracted.
I'm fine. I'm stressed about the wedding, that's all.
Nothing to do with what happened at work yesterday?
What do you think about the fabrics?
Lovely. Are you sure there's nothing you want to tell me?
Like what?
Well, say if you're having second thoughts about Jimmy and if you think you might be a
Mum.
We would support you.
It's just silly playground stuff at work, okay? It's nothing worth bothering about.
What's up?
Nothing.
Go away. I told you I have nothing more to say. Please. I know I've upset you, and I'm sorry. I'm just as surprised as you. But I want you to know it came from the bottom of my heart. But that can't be wrong, can it? This is not what you think. You are lonely and far away from home. And because I was being kind, you became confused. Yes, I am far away from home, but I am not confused. I have never been clearer. It was my soul reaching out to you. You are just a boy. None of what you are feeling is real. Yes. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was not such a great idea, but it was real and spontaneous and wonderful. And I know you felt it too. We wouldn't be hurting anybody. Why would God mind? You are a wonderful, caring woman with so much inside of you. Why do you hide yourself away from life? Why do you suppress your feelings? I do not. You do. And I see it in you. Always holding yourself down like you are afraid to let yourself go. To see the joy at your fingertips. To experience the pleasures you deserve. Yes, you are a little older. But you are a woman. And your heart knows this, even if your head does not.
Well, I suppose it does need a lot of work when she starts looking.
Yeah, and some.
Oh. My mum used to have the sugar bowl and the milk jug that matched that. She always wanted the set. Must have been here all the time. In fact, the way that she's done the sitting room, it just reminds me of my mum. And the layout of the house, it just feels right. Anyway, go on, live in the past.
Thanks for coming.
Not at all. It's nice to finally see the place, get an idea of what you're going to do with it. Eventually. If you want. Bye, love.
Bye, Dennis.
Bye. Anytime you need a hand.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay. What happened in there with your mum?
We've got to get back to work.
Oh, come on, I can see you're upset.
Okay, it's Freya. She's acting all weird with me. Stalking me in my room, acting like nothing's happened, and our mum's freaking out. She wants to know what's going on.
Well, she's just trying to help. Freya's probably trying to smooth things over. Can't be easy for her with it all spilling out like that.
It's not my problem.
And you're probably overreacting because you're stressed about the wedding.
No, I'm not. I just wanted a nice, quiet reception, and now everyone's getting involved, and the whole thing's exploded.
Well, it'll be fine.
No, Jimmy, you don't understand. I thought that Freya was my friend, helping me with flowers, menus, being supportive.
Look, I know this seems a bit overwhelming. Just think about what Freya's going through.
I don't care.
Oh, I don't know. It's a lot of bother. Maybe Dad's right. It's not for us.
Oh, hello. I was just pruning the azaleas and I couldn't help thinking, if you were to consider selling, you might opt for a private sale. Get it off your hands quickly without paying all that commission.
Oh, right.
In fact, my husband and I have been looking for an investment property, and it just occurred to me that this might be the right house. Obviously, you wouldn't get much for it in its present state.
Really?
But fortunately, I can see past all that sort of thing, and in a sense, it will be staying in the family. We were so fond of Violet.
Actually, we're not sure we're selling.
No. That's really interesting. I'll have a word with my husband.
Excellent. And sorry about the misunderstanding earlier.
Misunderstanding?
Well, yes, the calling the boys in blue thing.
Oh! Don't worry about it.
How dare you accuse me of letting my life slip away? I have known joy and pleasure. Of course I have. Every day is a blessing. Really? In what way? Dealing with the patients at the surgery, knowing that they are being well cared for.
That is not what you say about your job.
And sometimes, when I wake in the morning and the sun streams through the garden and I look up at the sky, I know that God truly loves me and my heart overflows.
Yes, these are good things. But surely there's more to life. Surely you deserve more fulfillment than chatting to a few patients and a sunny garden.
Who are you to say this? You know nothing about me all my life here.
That's more like it. Look at you, fired up. I see this in you sometimes. The spark rising, like the fire and color of Africa. Do you remember, eh? I know you don't want to hear this. But if you do not live a little now, you will have wasted your life. You will have squandered the many gifts you have. And God would not want that.
So we're going to sell it then?
Yeah, if that's what you want.
Because Mrs. Bling is as good as put the money on the table, private sale, save a packet on estate agents.
Has she? How much did she offer?
She didn't.
Right, well, we better get it valued then, because she probably thinks that we're too stupid to know what it's worth.
Absolutely.
So we're going to sell. Definitely.
Do you really think that I'm going to let some snotty chops neighbour do me out of my dream home at the last link with my mum? I deserve this, we all do. Look at you, you working class wimp, banging on about your roots. You're just intimidated. You think that rich people deserve a better life than we do. Well, they don't. And us Hollandses can live here and be true to ourselves and stuff the neighbours.
Woohoo! Too right, Mum.
Yeah.
Kingsvale commies are us.
What did you?
Well, Dad.
Oh, come on! You're not going to let your pride get in the way of the best bit of good fortune ever to fall in our laps.
How can you say no to that?
Because he's Rob. Because he grew up in a two-up, two-down. He's determined everybody else is going to have to suffer.
Just promise me one thing. Stan, don't let her turn into a mother.
It's your fault she died miserable because she'd been dumped by an arrogant, ignorant, two-faced creep who has the nerve to call himself a doctor.